What if the most famous story Jesus ever told isn't actually about the lost son? For centuries, millions have heard the story of the prodigal son. But hidden beneath the surface is a powerful message about grace, forgiveness, pride, and the incredible love of God. In this cinematic Bible documentary, journey into one of Jesus' most emotional parables and discover why this story continues to transform lives over 2,000 years later. If you've ever felt lost, broken, distant from God, or wondered whether you can truly come home again, this story is for you. What if I told you that one of the most famous stories Jesus ever told isn't really about the prodigal son at all? It's a story about rebellion and forgiveness, failure and redemption, a son who lost everything, a brother who seemed to have everything, and a father whose love shattered every expectation. But hidden inside this ancient story is a message so powerful that it still changes lives today. And by the end of this video, you may discover that you are somewhere in this story too. The scene unfolds in 1st century Judea. Dusty roads stretch across the countryside. Olive trees sway beneath the warm Middle Eastern sun. Crowds gather around Jesus as he teaches. Among them stand ordinary people, sinners, tax collectors, religious leaders, and skeptics. The religious elite are angry. They cannot understand why Jesus spends time with people they consider unworthy. So Jesus tells a story that begins with a shocking request. A request so offensive that everyone listening would have gasped. Scene 1, the rebellious son. There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger son approaches his father. His voice is determined, his eyes fixed on the future. "Father, give me my share of the inheritance." To modern ears, that may not sound shocking. But in that culture, it was devastating. It was essentially saying, "I wish you were dead. Give me what belongs to me." The father has every reason to refuse, every reason to punish him. Yet astonishingly, he agrees. The inheritance is divided. The younger son gathers everything he owns, and then he leaves. The family home disappears behind him. The fields, the memories, the protection of his father, all left behind. He wants freedom, or at least what he thinks freedom looks like. But he has no idea what waits ahead. Scene 2, the far country. The young man arrives in a distant land. For a moment, life seems perfect. Money flows freely. Friends surround him. The parties never end. Laughter fills the nights. His dreams appear to be coming true. But there is a problem. The people around him love his wealth more than they love him. And eventually, the money runs out. Every coin disappears. Every resource is gone. Then disaster strikes. A severe famine sweeps across the land. Food becomes scarce. Opportunities vanish. The young man who once lived like royalty now struggles just to survive. His so-called friends disappear. No one comes to help. No one cares. Alone and desperate, he accepts the lowest job imaginable: feeding pigs. For Jesus' Jewish audience, pigs represented uncleanness. This was rock bottom. The young man becomes so hungry that even the food given to the pigs looks appealing. How did it come to this? How did freedom become slavery? How did pleasure become misery? And that's when everything changes. Scene 3, the moment of truth. Standing among the pigs, surrounded by filth and failure, the young man finally sees reality. He remembers home. He remembers his father. He remembers the servants who had food to spare. And suddenly, a thought enters his mind. What if I go back? Not as a son, not as an heir, just as a servant. He begins rehearsing his speech. "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." Every step home feels heavier than the last. Shame follows him down the road. What will his father say? Will he be rejected, punished, humiliated? The answer is something he never expected. Climax, the father runs. Far away in the distance, a figure appears. The father sees him before the son can speak, before he reaches the house, before he can explain. The father runs. In that culture, wealthy older men did not run. Yet this father does. He lifts his robe and races down the road. The son begins his speech. "Father, I have sinned." But before he can finish, the father embraces him. Tears fill his eyes. The lost son is home. Not as a servant, not as a slave, as a son. The father calls for the finest robe, a ring, sandals. Then he orders a celebration. "The son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." Music fills the air. Joy erupts throughout the household. The impossible has happened. The lost son has come home. But the story isn't over. In fact, this is where many people miss the deeper message. Scene 4, the older brother. While the celebration continues, the older brother returns from working in the fields. He hears music, sees dancing, learns what happened, and he becomes furious. Years of resentment explode. He refuses to enter. He refuses to celebrate. The father comes out to him, but the older brother complains. "I've obeyed you all these years, yet you've never celebrated me like this." His words reveal something important. The younger son was lost through rebellion. The older son was lost through pride. One ran away from the father. The other stayed physically close while his heart drifted far away. Both needed grace. Both needed the father's love. And suddenly, Jesus' audience understands. This story isn't only about sinners returning to God, it's also about self-righteous people who think they don't need Him. The parable ends with an unanswered question. Will the older brother enter the celebration? Jesus never tells us, because the real question is directed at us. Where do we see ourselves? Are we the younger son, running from God, searching for fulfillment in places that leave us empty? Or are we the older brother, doing all the right things while our hearts grow cold? Either way, the Father's invitation remains the same. Come home. Life lesson. The true hero of this story is not the younger son, and it's not the older brother. It's the Father, a picture of God's incredible love, a love that waits, a love that forgives, a love that runs toward broken people instead of away from them. No matter how far you've wandered, no matter how many mistakes you've made, God's grace is greater. The road home is never closed. So here's the question. Which character do you relate to most right now? The younger son, the older brother, or the loving father? Share your answer in the comments below. If this story encouraged you, be sure to like this video, subscribe for more cinematic Bible stories, and share this message with someone who needs to remember that God's love never stops reaching for His children. Because no matter how far you've gone, the Father is still watching the road.